Madden 18 was introduced as the first Madden that would appear on the Frostbite engine. Now, along with Frostbite, you would get improved graphics, the latest technology, and also setting a new foundation for future Maddens. Now, along with Frostbite came Longshot. Longshot would be a cinematic reveal of the story mode that EA was trying to create something a little different. But it was really just a telltale story. It didn't really have, as much playability or replay value like a My Player, a My Career, those type of things, Be a Pro that you might find in FIFA. So it left a lot of CFM guys, especially career mode guys, really feeling like this mode wasn't for them. Now, hardcore CFM guys like myself, we had no choice but to think, man, maybe this development time could have been used elsewhere, all right? Particularly in your normal franchise mode. Now, looking at Madden 18, we're seeing the same old look in CFM, same elements, not really anything that's changed. You get a few sprinkles here and there over the last few years, but no real significant upgrades and no real significant additions to CFM. Now that brings me to Madden 19. Now, Deuce Douglas, shouts out to him. He's already provided an excellent blueprint, an excellent document detailing the things that he would like to see in Madden's franchise going forward. Of course, we can't get all those things at one time, but what I'm going to do today, guys, is at least give you my top 5 features that I would love to see and really need to see in Madden 19. Now, there's plenty of things that we can pull from. We all have our own ideas. This is just my opinion and my thoughts on the top 5 features I need to see going into Madden 19 or being in Madden 19 CFM that will definitely, reconfirm or regain the trust of us hardcore connected franchise or franchise mode users. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, guys, number 1, wear and tear and also progressive fatigue throughout the season. Just imagine how this would add immersion to the game and roster management, where you have to decide how much to play your guy. Maybe your quarterback is taking 1,000,000 sacks and he's getting beat up, and you got to manage that. Now, it's only right for me to use NBA 2K18 to show these examples, because this is my franchise mode of choice right now, and it has all of my top 5 requests. So that's why I'm using this footage as a backdrop. Now, also with that, morale, I would tie all of that into the actual, player, wear and tear, because his morale can go up and down throughout the season as well. So you definitely want to know, his state of mind, how he's feeling about being where he's at, his playing time, etc., which can, that can lead into what he might want to do around negotiation time. Perfect segue. The next thing, number 2 here, guys, would be roster management. And this covers a ton of different areas. Not only just contracts, but look at this, contract extensions. Being able to make these adjustments through the season, in the season, not having to wait until the end to renegotiate and just have it a vanilla renegotiation. It needs to be things like this. Multiple years you can add on there, of course, but you can do your, your back load, your front load, all types of manipulation to the contract so you can make things work via the cap space, etc. Need all of that. Now, that should extend over to free agents as well. It shouldn't just be, for your current guys that you're trying to re-sign. This would also be the same when you're trying to bring in free agents. Being able to adjust the salaries or giving a guy the league minimum or what have you. Just being able to decide exactly what you want. And look at this. Even in basketball, I don't know how much this would be in football, but look at how they even have the no trade clause here in basketball. But look at this one here. Again, that contract might be specific to just basketball. Now, here's the other piece of roster management. We need to be able to have set second string rosters and set third string rosters or what have you, and quickly put those guys in the game or quickly switch that. We shouldn't have to go in, or I wish we didn't have to just necessarily change each person in the depth chart. We should be able to store multiple depth charts. I know that was definitely one of the things that Deuce Douglas mentioned. But as you can see here in NBA 2K, I can decide what roster I want per team or all teams. Number 3, coaching staff. We gotta get a coaching staff. We gotta have things like trainers, scouts, and more importantly, offensive and defensive coordinators. And you should be able to adjust all of these things here. I mean, you know, the little edits, being able to change their appearance, etc., etc. But more importantly, being able to fire a guy or even viewing a candidate. You know, maybe there's someone else that's on your radar that you want to bring in, and he has his strengths and weaknesses. As you can see, the position, you know, the attribute grades and things there. This stuff is phenomenal. You need this in football as well, which can help your guys, you know, perform better on field. You know, all of this stuff should basically dictate what happens on field, or at least have some influence. See what I'm saying? Now, number 4, look at this, scouting. Look at all the different scouting options here. Scouting needs to be way more robust in Madden 19, and you need to be able to do things like seeing what's happening at, you know, pro days, or seeing what's going on in the Senior Bowl and sending your scout out there. Because again, you know, having that staff, it would translate into that. And not only just newcomers or guys you're wanting to draft, what about this? A better way to being able to scout your opponents and different players. Being able to compare teams. Maybe you can look at a matchup like if your left tackle is not that great and you're going up against Von Miller, maybe you can come in here, you know, compare the guys and see where the strengths and weaknesses are, so you know exactly what you're facing. These type of things, guys, will make it so much more immersive. And here it is right here, guys. Number 5, I would have to say, would be just training. We need more training options in Madden 19. Look at all of these different ways to train. We need the ability to do single training, you know, just a quarterback, just a running back, just a specific corner, etc., etc. And being able to go in and decide where you want to train, but more importantly, have the drills that you can do. And I know there's a little bit now in skills trainer and you got your game plan stuff, but it's still not, you know, specific and actual training pinpointed to one person. And then along with the training, guys, you got to have the ability to do this right here. Being able to scrimmage. You know, we've had the same practice type situations in Madden for quite a few years now. Can we get a real scrimmage? You know, can we get a real situational type of, you know, practice where I can practice like the Steelers do 7 shots? And we could do that over and over and over. It shouldn't just be a part of the game plan. It should be something that we can do at any given time and set the practice schedule. And maybe the practice also can dictate things like their performance in the game. You know, maybe not XP, but maybe you're able to build confidence in things like that based off of what you do in practice. You also might be able to overwork your guys, so now you have to manage that. You see what I'm saying? Just those top 5 requests are huge, and think of how much it would add to your experience to Madden if we were able to do that. Just think about that for a moment. All right? So that's all I got for you guys. My top 5 features that I would love to see in Madden 19. There's a ton of them, like I said, but at least let's start chipping away at some of these items. And these are just my items. I know everyone else has their own. These are just the things I want to see. All right, so don't forget, guys, leave a comment. Let me hear your thoughts. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.